Hello everyone! In this video I want to tell something about my language board game. I created this board game by myself. I really like it that I combined illustration, design, language learning and entertainment together all in once. And in my opinion it's a great way to learn languages on a very relaxed way, you know. So I'm organizing live streams on my Twitch channel, and my Twitch channel is the first link in the video description. And you can basically play my board game with the chat, alright? So I'll interact with the chat, and yeah, you guys can become a team, alright? So like team red, team yellow, team purple, team green, team blue. There are also like 3 other colors. And as a team you can play the game, okay? Later I will explain more about the rules of the game, okay? But as I said, my Twitch channel is the first link below this video, and if you want to know when I will have a live stream, you can check out my Twitter page, which is the second link below this video, okay? So yeah, I will explain something about the rules, but it's more about the team, you know? So for example, if there's someone who speaks English and German, but his teammate speaks French and Portuguese, for example, then you already have like 4 different languages in one team, you know? So it's the idea that you become a team, and as a team, yeah, you need to try to win, right? Which is cool. And you're learning languages at the same time. The second thing what I want to say is that the game is in development, okay? So that means that, yeah, in the future I could edit the rules of the game, because for me it's important that the game is, yeah, how do you say, like that the game is improving, the gameplay and everything. So I'm always looking at how to, for me it's about the interaction with the chat. I'm looking at what other people think, and I must say that thanks to the reactions in the chat, I already had some really good, yeah, you say, like feedback about how I could improve the game, how it could be nicer, and I'm very happy with that. I want to say thank you to those people, and yeah, for me it's important that there's a way to develop my game, you know. And yeah, so these are some important things which I want to say, and now about the rules, okay? So this is just a random situation in this board game after some rounds, okay? I've just put some random buildings here, some coins, some flags, just to give a situation, okay? But this is not how the game is starting, okay? When we start the game, there are no buildings, okay? Each team gets 8 coins on its territory, okay? So for example, let's say Team Blue, for example, yeah, is starting with 8 coins, and all the other colors as well, always 8 coins, okay? And no buildings. But as I said, I've put some buildings to show the situation later, so I can explain better what it means, okay? Always before the game is starting, so there are rounds, okay? So round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, etc. But let's say round 1 is starting. Before the round is starting, I always turn the wheel, okay? So I always turn this wheel, okay? So for example, I'm going to turn the wheel right now, and it is Arabic. Okay, so then I could ask a question in Arabic, you know, let's say, and then there are 3 other turns, okay, so let's say it's English, okay, then I ask a question in English, which could be any question, and the first person replying in the chat gets a turn, you know, that's how it works. Oh, I forgot to say something, okay, that's very important. Each round, every team color is starting with 1 turn. For sure, so every team is starting with 1 turn on the board, okay? But you can win extra turns by being the first one in the chat replying my question, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate it again. Let me see. Yeah, you see, so Morocco, Arabic, okay? So I could ask a question in Arabic, and then the first person in the chat replying gets a turn, okay? So you need to be the fastest in your team, all right? So it's about you and your teammate. And then you get a turn, okay? So that means that if you have a turn, I can move your character on the board, okay? Yeah, oh yeah, before I proceed, it's also important to know that the first person replying during one round is also the first one with a turn, okay? So after question 1, if you're the first one replying, the first person replying question 1 is also the first player who gets a turn on the board, okay? Alright, so each round is starting again like that, okay? Always with 4 questions, and where people can win extra turns, okay? Then there's also a bonus question. The bonus question is for the team who didn't have the chance to reply, okay? So always question number 5 is for the person who didn't have a chance to reply yet, okay? And another thing is that if you reply 3 questions during one round, you get 3 extra coins, okay? So these are 3 extra coins. You get it in your territory. So let's say red has 3 questions during one round, gets 3 coins, okay? All right, that's basically how it's starting with the mini games, you know? And then we are proceeding on the board, okay? So let's say Team Red has 3 extra turns, plus the normal turn, which you already have, so 4 turns, okay? So this is Team Red, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to throw for Team Red. So that's what I'm doing. It is 11, okay? So Red is arriving here, okay? Then you see a Chinese flag or a Russian flag. That's what Team Red can choose. So that's what I ask. Team Red, do you want a Russian flag or a Chinese flag? Okay, Team Red is probably saying the Chinese flag, okay? I'll explain you why. Because if Team Red is choosing the Chinese flag, he has a complete set, as you can see, all right? I'm not sure if you can see it because of this character here, but this is a complete set. Okay, what do I mean with a complete set? Okay, in this on this board game, you need to collect buildings of different countries. Okay, but yeah. So for example, the Chinese temple is 5 coins. You can see it right here. The price is 5 coins. Okay, so if you have the Chinese temple, it doesn't have any value yet. If you don't have the flag, so you need to collect the flag. Otherwise, the building doesn't have any value. Okay, and how can you win the game? The first team who collects 4 buildings with the corresponding flag, so with the right flags, wins, okay? So 4 buildings with the right flags, otherwise it doesn't count, okay? Then there's also something else which is cool. If you collect 8 different flags, all right, all the 8 flags which you can collect on the board, you can get 10 extra coins in the game, you know? Here we go, all right? That's also something cool to know, okay? What else do I need to explain, okay? Another thing which is important to understand is also like that there is a time limit. And why do I have a time limit? It's because it's not always the case that someone is collecting 4 buildings with corresponding flags during a game. That could take a long time, you know, it's very difficult. So as a second way to win the game, there's always a time limit. And that's always different, you know. Sometimes my stream is 1.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours. I even had a stream of 1 hour, you know, it depends. It's always different, okay? But yeah, let's say, I think 2 hours is like normal average stream time, but it could also be 2.5 hours. Yeah, it also depends on, you know, what the other people think, you know, like, but I would say 2 hours, 2.5 hours is pretty average, okay? Always I will say it in the intro when I have my stream. I will tell, okay, this is the end, this is when the stream ends, and then we look at the winner, okay? All right. I also want to say something which is important for me is that the winner of the team, let's say, yeah, the winner of the team. So there's first the team winning, okay? And then when the team is winning, there will be 2 people, the 2 team members will play the final, okay? And then I will ask 5 questions in their mutual languages, all right? And the person answering the most questions is the winner, okay? And then someone could unlock a custom board game square like this. Sometimes I'm saying that. So these are like custom board squares created by me, but based on the instructions of the winner in the chat. So I created it, but the person in the chat can give me instructions, and I even make the sketch live, you know? That's pretty cool. So people can tell me if they like it. Or sometimes people can unlock a custom board square like this. So then someone gets a custom board square in the game, he or she unlocks it, and it will be in the game, all right? So it means I'm not sending it, but that person unlocks it, okay? But if the person wins 3 times more after unlocking the character or the custom board square, I could send it to the person, if that person wants it, of course, you know? That's up to that person. But why am I doing this? I really like it to be creative. I like it to motivate my audience, and it's really important for me, yeah, to have a cool stream, you know. So sometimes it's a custom board square, which you could win. Sometimes it's a custom board game character with your nickname in it, if you want it. Okay. What else do I need to say? Yeah, I also want to say something about this wheel, alright, about the mini games. If people want it, I can also replace the flag. So if someone is saying, I don't like, how do you say no? If someone is saying, I don't speak French, for example, I could replace the French flag for an Italian flag. If someone is saying, I don't speak Moroccan, but I speak, let's say, German, I'll put a German flag in here. I have different flags, so based on the mutual languages of the people in the chat, I could replace the languages. So for me, it is important that people speak these languages. If someone is saying, no, I speak Mandarin, okay, I don't speak Portuguese, okay. So each time when there, sorry for this, each time when there's someone new in the chat, I would ask that person, okay, which language would you speak? And I give that person the option to join the game, okay? And it is also possible that you leave the game or join the game later. That's all up to you, you know? I'm flexible. For me, it's important that you guys have a good time, yeah? All right, so that's something important to tell, you know, that the game is very, how do you say, like for me it's important to have interaction with my audience, and that the flags in the wheel are based on the languages which people speak in the chat, okay? All right, there are some other things which I want to explain about the game, some things which could happen during the game. So yeah, as I said, you can collect coins, which you can use to collect buildings and stuff like that. But then there's also something annoying in the game, and that's the zombie, okay? All right, so I'll explain it with green. So imagine green is throwing 6, then this is the zombie square, okay? And that is bad news actually, but because then that person gets the zombie, which is here. If you get the zombie, it is really bad news, because it means that you cannot build anything anymore, okay? You cannot build any new buildings, all right? You can still win, even with the zombie, but only if the, how do you say it, the value of buildings is the most, okay? So also an example, if some people have more buildings, okay? Let's see, I'm going to give an example, right? Let's show it with this, okay? At the end of the game, all right, when the time limit is over, for example, if, let's see, the Dutch windmill, that person has the Dutch flag, okay? Then who's winning, purple or red? I'll tell you, red will win. Why? Because the value of the buildings of red is higher, okay? Because the Dutch windmill is 4 coins value, the Arabic building 5, so that's 9. And this has more value because the Chinese temple is 5 coins value and the Maya temple is 6 coins value. So that's 11 coins totally, so that person will win. Okay, what would happen if, for example, let's say, I'm going to give another situation, okay? So let's say that person doesn't have the Maya temple, but that person also has the Dutch windmill, okay? Yeah, who's winning then? Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it, but purple has 2 coins and red has 6 coins, okay? But they both have the same value of buildings, because the Arabic building and the Chinese temple both have a value of 5 coins. And the windmill, both 4 coins, okay? Then Team Red is winning. Why is Team Red winning? Because Team Red has more coins. So if the buildings have the same value, then we look at the number of coins. And then that team is winning. That's how it works, okay? So I really thought about that. It's for me really important that I have a sort of rule, but these are the basics, okay? Okay, then I want to say something about the wall. As you guys can see, there's a wall here. The wall will protect you against the zombie, okay? So the zombie cannot climb over your wall. Oh yeah, what I forgot to say about the zombie, this team could still win, okay? Because if you have the zombie, you cannot build new buildings, but for example, if that person can still collect flags, use their coins or whatever. So let's say the Arabic building is complete after a while and the Maya temple is complete. So the Mexican flag, right? Then this person is winning if you compare it with red and purple, because this value has more, these buildings have more value totally, okay? I hope that you guys understand it. It's a bit complicated, I understand it. But as I said, the wall protects you against the zombie. So if that person is reaching the zombie square, the zombie cannot climb over the wall. Okay, if the zombie is in your area, how can you get rid of it? Okay, it's simple. I will show it with this character. If you reach the remedy square, which is right here, okay, then you get a remedy. All right. Oh no, sorry, I need to show it with blue. I'm sorry. So with green, I mean. So let me see. Green is reaching the remedy square after a while. Sorry, I'm tired. Okay. Then that person gets the remedy, which is this one, right? The remedy is 2 coins. Okay. So here, this is 10. I give 8 coins back. Here you go. Then that person has a remedy. Okay. The person can use the remedy and the zombie is going away. So after that, it means that that person can build buildings again, okay? Because he is rid of the zombie. Okay, there's also another way to get rid of the zombie, and I'll show you how. If someone else is reaching the zombie square, so for example, let's say yellow is reaching the zombie square, then the zombie is going to yellow, okay? And then there's also another way to get rid of the zombie, and that's if, let's see, okay, yellow is a zombie right now. If yellow, after some rounds, for example, yellow is reaching the zombie square again, then the zombie is going to leave as well. So if you reach the zombie square first, you get the zombie, do you reach the zombie square again, then it's leaving, okay? All right, that's also something important to know. Then there's also like someone else. Most people don't like this creature, but unfortunately it's here, the zombie. If someone is reaching the alien square, which is here, then that person is getting the alien, okay? If you get the alien, you can still build buildings, okay? So different than the zombie situation, you can still build buildings, but they are not yours. They're from the alien. So it means basically if you have the alien, as long as you have the alien, you cannot win. Okay, so you need to get rid of the alien. However, especially at the beginning stage of the game, it doesn't matter so much because they could happen so much, right? And if you lose the alien later, the buildings are yours again. Okay, keep in mind you can still collect flags. You can spend your coins, whatever, but you just don't belong to buildings. Okay, but you do belong to you still how do you say it? You still own the flags and the other things which you collect in the game, like the remedy, for example, or anything else. Okay, but you don't own the buildings. That's the difference. Okay. All right. How can you get rid of the alien? I'll show you. There are different ways. Let me see. So yellow as the alien. Okay. If yellow is reaching this square, which is a spaceship, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but this is a spaceship, then that person can buy the spaceship for 5 coins. Okay, so let's see, 5 coins, 6, 1 coin back, here's a spaceship. If you have the spaceship, you can send the alien to another territory. Okay, that's possible, alright? Also keep in mind, the wall is only protecting you against the zombie, but not against the alien. So if someone wants, he or she can send the alien to purple, okay? The person cannot send the alien to that territory if that person has 4 buildings, okay? So for example, that person has 4 buildings. Let me see. So 1, all right, I'll put this, there's a Mexican flag here, so I'll put it in here. Let me get another building, the Brazilian landscape over here. That person cannot receive the alien, okay? Also not if that person is landing on a zombie square or the alien square. If you have 4 buildings, it means that the alien cannot get there anymore, or the zombie, okay? So you protected them. Anything else what I want to tell about the wall? The wall is a very strong item because it's not just protecting you against the zombie, but also against invasions of other players. So for example, this is like the invasion square. If someone is landing here, it means that that person can go to another area. So for example, green, and that person gets 1 coin per building if that person throws 4, 5 or 6. Well, I throw, but I throw with 1. The person is throwing 3, so that person doesn't get any coins and needs to go back. If it would have been 4, 5, or 6, that person gets 2 coins. Okay, back to the invasion square. All right. What are other things which are, the wall is also protecting your buildings against waves and tornadoes, okay? So for example, I'm going to show it, right? If someone is reaching the tornado, or let's say the wave square, this is a wave, I'm going to show what's happening. I already told the people that I need to construct a second wheel for this because it always takes a lot of time to, how do you say, to replace those flags, but I'm still going to, to show it, what I mean, okay? I'm going to put these flags right here, and I'm going to explain you what I mean, okay? So let me see. All right, let me show it. All right. Okay, almost ready. Sorry for waiting, guys. All right. Yep. Over here. Okay. So these are the flags, which are corresponding with the buildings in the game. All right. So these are the buildings. Okay. So I'm going to spin the wheel. All right. And this is green, right? So if the arrow is showing the Moroccan flag or the Mexican flag, that person is losing one of his buildings. Okay. Nothing is happening because it's a Russian flag, okay? Now we go to see what is happening with purple, okay? So if purple is on a wave square, okay? I'm going to show what is happening then. So that's a Brazilian flag. That person has a Brazilian landscape, but because that person has the wall, it means that not the building will disappear, but the wall. That's the only difference. So that person is losing the wall, okay? Oh, sorry for this. Here we go. That person is losing the wall, as you can see, and but still has his buildings. Okay. So yeah, the wall is a very good item. Then there's also like the car. Okay, so let's say red is reaching the car. The car is 4 coins. The person wants the car. Let's just assume that. That's 2 coins back. With the car, it's a pretty strong item because if the person is landing on the same square of another team, then that person needs to go back to start and is losing all his turns during 1 round, okay? Then next round that person can play again, of course, but for 1 round that person doesn't have his turn. So let's say 9, okay, this person is reaching here. Here there's not happening, but assume that that person, imagine that person would have 10, then a person is reaching to purple, purple has to go back to start, is losing all his turns, okay? So that's also something which is important to know. Okay, what are other things which I could tell? Yeah, I already explained that you could steal someone's flag. If you reach this square, so this is steal the flag square, then that person can steal a flag of any other player, all right? So which flag purple would like? What do you think? All right, of course the Brazilian flag, all right? So I think purple would say, I want the Brazilian flag of Team Blue, because then that person is winning, as you can see, because now the Brazilian towel is right here, and it's a complete set. That person has 4 buildings, and the game is ending then, okay? But otherwise, if this situation is not happening, then we will have a look at the end of the game when the time is up, okay? All right, I totally understand that this is these are a lot of rules, a lot of different things. Yeah, so that could happen a lot again. So again, the spaceship. Did I explain it already? So Team Yellow has a spaceship, right? The person can say, I want to send the alien to someone else. Let's say Team Green, for example. Then Team Green has the alien. Okay. All right. Then there's another way to get rid of the alien, but yeah, I'm not sure if you're happy with that. Let's say Green is reaching, let me see. Okay, Green is here again. Let's say Green is reaching the zombie square. Then the zombie is going to Green and is, how do you say it, replacing the alien. The zombie is winning from the alien. So then you have the zombie. However, as I said, with the zombie you can still win. With the alien you cannot win. But yeah, you cannot build anymore. That's like the only negative thing. Yeah, so these are the most important things which I want to say about the game. Of course, there might be some things which I forgot to say. As I told you guys, the game is still in development. I'm trying to improve the game. For me, it's very important that the game is nice. And yeah, sorry, I want to show this alien again because I think it's one of my favorite characters in the game. Yeah, as I said, I can replace the flags if you guys want. You're totally welcome. Yeah, I really want to say that I'm happy with developing this game, and I'm even already working on a new game with the sketches, stuff like that, because I'm so motivated to work on this. Because of Corona, because of COVID, there are so many people at home and they have a difficult time. So basically with this game, I want to bring people together in the chat, and that they can practice languages together. Yeah, in my opinion, it's very important to be extra nice to each other, and I want to wish everyone good luck with everything, and I really hope that you guys can join. Have a nice day.